Hello everyone and welcome to a really wild game that only features 13 moves. It's from the 2006 Gibraltar Masters. It's English Grandmaster Peter K. Wells against the Latvian Grandmaster, also a Spanish Grandmaster Alexey Shirov, and 13 moves. That's it. 13 moves in a classical game, and it features an opening that's used quite a lot and a line that's been used quite a lot. So I thought we'd mix it up a little bit since the videos during the US Chess Championship, those classical games were extremely long and, just difficult to handle. So I thought we, break the pattern with a nice, interesting one. And also, I would just like to invite everyone tomorrow at 8:30 Central European Time. We're going to be having a live stream and the Lichess tournament. Everyone is invited. The link is in the description below. I will be joined by the CEO of Cake DeFi, Julian Hosp, and we're going to be streaming it together, enjoying some chess and taking some questions from you guys. So make sure to be there if you can make it, and also if you can play it. That being said, let's check out the game. And my board is looking weird. Let me just fix that. There we go. Nice looking board. So Peter K. Wells versus Alexey Shirov. White opens with d4. We have knight to f6 and bishop to g5, the Trompowsky attack. In this game, if you've ever felt fell victim to the Trompowsky, you might use this to your advantage. So here we have c5, attacking the central d4 pawn. This is all very standard. White gives up the bishop to mess up black's pawn structure. We have g captures on f6 and now advances the pawn all to d5, sort of stifling black's position. But now we have queen to b6. Black develops the queen with tempo. The b2 pawn is now hanging. And the queen to c1. So very rare opening where both players are, moving their queens very early on in the opening. So here we have f5. Shirov makes room for this bishop to come alive. You want to bring this bishop to g7, go after the b2 pawn, but also you might play bishop to h6, just try and kick away that queen from the c1 square. So c4, just strengthening your position in the center, and now bishop to h6, attacking the queen here, and now e3. We don't want to move our queen. Of course, we don't want to give up our pawn. But now Shirov continues with f4. And Shirov, if you've seen his games anywhere, we've covered quite a lot of them on this channel, does not shy away from complicated positions. In fact, he thrives in them. He, it's... it just comes very natural to him. So here we have e captures on f4. You don't want to wait for f captures on e3. It looks really odd to allow this. So we have e captures on f4, and now Shirov plays bishop captures on f4. If the queen captures, we're going to capture the pawn here on b2. So white, of course, allows this. We have queen captures on f4, queen captures on b2, and now knight to e2. And this is still a very well-known theory for those who have studied this line of the Trompowsky. The rook cannot be saved, so of course you just prepare to bring this knight to c3 and sort of trap the black queen. You cannot win the black queen, but you can trap her for a little bit. So queen captures on a1, knight e to c3, and now there is a very important move that black needs to play in this position, and that is d6. You want to play d6, and then you want to play rook to g8. That's important if you guys play this, or something like this. But in the game, maybe Shirov just forgot to play d6. He played queen to b2. Interestingly, d6 was played many times, like for example in the World Blitz Championship 2013 between Nikita Vitugov and Daniil Dubov. Dubov played d6. That game also a sharp one, ended in a draw. But here we have the early queen to b2, and now this is a problem. I'm going to ask you guys to pause the video here and try to find the a winning move for white here while I give you a couple of seconds. Yeah, and also queen to b2 was a new move, so it is as of this move that we have a completely new game. So for those of you who were able to find it, congratulations on just completely destroying black, and for those of you who just want to enjoy, it is pawn to d6. This is already move 12, and we said that the game ends on move 13, so what happens here? Well, the problem is you don't really have a good move here. If you capture e captures on d6, we're just going to play bishop to d3. And now, what do you play? You might try a developing move, knight to c6. We're just gonna castle, and this is unplayable. What can you do here? You can't develop this bishop. You can't push your pawns. Rook to e1 check is coming. It's just a disgusting position. For black, this is instant resign. So another thing, after this move, you could decide to advance the pawn, but this isn't much better. Queen to f6, we're threatening checkmate, and with just, you know, queen captures on h8 if you somehow stop checkmate. Now, for example, queen c1 check, knight to d1, and now we can castle to safety, preventing both threats of checkmate and queen captures on h8, but now just h4, and there's really nothing you can do against rook h3, rook to g3. That's game over. Even if you some like queen captures on b1, prepare to bring the queen back, you simply do not have enough material. For example, queen e4 check, we're going to block with rook to e3, and now after you finally play the queen here, we're going to play rook to g3, win the queen, and that's it. For example, captures, and black does have some material for the queen, but all of the pieces are completely undeveloped, and white simply has to play some like knight e3, knight g4, knight to h3 checkmate, or you can bring the bishop into the game. You can really win this game in any way you like. So you can't really advance the pawn, you can't touch the pawn on d6. So here Shirov played queen to c2, but now there's one really big problem with this move. Again, pause the video here and try to find the only winning move for white while I give you a couple of seconds. So for those of you who were able to do it for the second time, congratulations on finding the only move that wins. And for those of you who just want to enjoy the show, it is queen to e3. This is what Peter Wells played, and it was in this position on move 13 that Alexey Shirov resigned the game, as there is nothing you can do here to defend this position. The problem is, if you play something like e6, it doesn't really do all that much. We're going to play bishop to d3. The only square now available for the queen is the b2 square. All of these squares are covered. You have to play queen to b2, and now we're going to play knight to b5, and this is just ugly. For example, if knight c7 check, king d8, queen to g5, it's game over. If okay, maybe you can block still with f6, but it's really ugly. For example, king f8, we're gonna play queen to h6 with check, and now even if the queen blocks, we can just trade here, captures, and after knight to c7, we win the rook, and that's it. We want our rook back, we're up material. Whatever black plays, knight captures here, we're up a piece now. And we're just, you know, nicely gonna bring the knight back, and that's it. There's nothing you can do to survive this. And if you don't play e6, if you play something like knight to c6, which is also possible, you might defend against checkmate this way. We still play bishop d3, queen b2, and now this very nasty bishop to e4. We remove the defender of the e7 square, and then we again want to threaten checkmate. And if knight to d4, kind of preventing this, now we just castle, and again the position is just so disgusting for black. If you go, for example, knight to e6, we can capture on e7. If king captures, knight to d5 check, the other knight is coming here, and it's just unplayable. Everything is completely undeveloped, and this is just you know, so disgusting to even think about playing, that after queen to e3, Shirov just resigned the game. So there we have it, a nice 13 move miniature. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. I thought it'd be you know, fun after those games from the US Chess Championship that were really exhausting. Those videos were very long, and maybe, you know, to take a moment's breath here. So yeah, once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Do join us tomorrow for the live stream and for the tournament. The link is in the description below. Everyone is welcome to join. I would like to thank Charles Karen, David Farney, Tom Derolo, Michael Schmidl, and Boris Ertel for a contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else is happening in the chess world. Thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.